Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, coming at you with some Brood War commentaries once again. This is going to be a game from the Winners League between KT Rolster and Hwaseong Oz. And this is going to be a pretty good game, I think. This is actually a requested game. Fan of mine asked if I could cast these games and actually offered to give me a donation if I did, so sure, why not? By the way, speaking of which, very, very special thanks to those of you that have sent me donations recently. I didn't ask, but I mentioned that I'm kind of getting screwed over and kicked out of my house and what have you, and I guess a lot of people were sympathetic to that and sent me some donations. I really, really do appreciate that a lot, and it is actually going to help me a lot. Those of you that did send me a little cash, it's going to help me out right now because I don't know where I'm moving to yet. There's some other stuff going on that's complicated, and anyway, point being, I'm kind of in a strange place right now, and so having that little bit of extra cash as a buffer or possibly as a deposit for, you know, an apartment or housing or something like that is really, really helpful. So I don't know what my situation is going to be coming up, but you may have very well enabled me to have a place to live if there's a deposit that I couldn't have afforded before. So I appreciate that a lot. Anyway, and mad props to the guy who who requested this as well. I didn't know if he wanted me to give him a shout out or not, so sir of the screen name, who seems like you're mashing your keyboard but cooler, let me know if you want to shout out. Anyway, so this is a game between Hiya and Violet. I should get into the game a little bit here, but we do see the pretty standard PvT happening so far this game. Hiya and Violet, two sometimes very good players. I'll put it that way. Hiya, I've never been a fan of Hiya. I've always hated him for some reason. I don't even know why. I've just always kind of had something against him. Maybe it's just because he has these kind of goofy facial expressions or whatever. Also, he's like one of those players that I kind of don't like just because he's kind of inconsistent, and so he's like sometimes okay, but then he's also sometimes just completely full of fail. And anyway, so I mean, you know, Hiya's always been the kind of the #2 guy for Hwaseong Oz. Behind Jidong, he's been like their only other decent player a lot of times, and I know they've had other players, but he's the only one that they've been, you know, anyway. Point being, he's been like the other guy in the Pro League who wins games besides Jadong oftentimes, and you know, they've had other players at times that have won games for him as well, but he's kind of been their #2 guy. Violet has been the #2 for KT for a while, sort of. I mean, they had Luxury and 4GG there for a while, but 4GG started sucking and Luxury started cheating and got kicked out of Brood War. So Violet is pretty much it behind Flash these days, although he has not been terribly consistent either. So I guess my point is that both these guys are capable of some top level play on occasion, and Violet used to be more consistent about it, but he hasn't been lately. So we don't know exactly what we're going to see here out of this game. However, even if you didn't look at the score, I would still. Zealot coming in here is assaulting these Marines. Nice micro by Hiya. Look at this. Oh, lets one Marine die. Unfortunately, is he going to let a second Marine die? He could have gotten that second Marine, I think, but the Zealot turns away instead. Is going to try and run away, recharge his shields, and that Zealot, look at that, did a lot of damage, killed a Marine, and gets out alive to tell the tale. Anyway, regardless of the score, I would give Violet the advantage, but in fact, this is the Winners League, and Violet is in the midst of a possible all-kill. That's right, he has got 3 games under his belt right now, compared to 0 for Hwaseong Oz, so Hiya is the last best hope for Hwaseong Oz at this point to win the series, and well, to even have a chance of coming back in the series, actually, since they're down 3-0, so if any player beats Hiya, then KT will win the match because they're already up 3-0. Anyway, so this is kind of interesting. We have Hiya actually going for some early tech here, and Violet is actually expanding quickly, but Hiya going for early, well, I mean, he's obviously going for the normal tech, but my point is he's not walling in at all. Normally you have them wall in and they put down a bunker and what have you, and there's the bunker going down now, so he is putting down a bunker. He's just kind of pressuring back these 2 Dragoons, and they they are actually killing a lot of Marines, these 2 Dragoons. And now actually a Zealot comes in and a 3rd Dragoon. This could be pretty bad, actually. The bunker's not yet completed. Oh, he's trying to target down the tank. He gets a few hits on the tank. The bunker completes, but the Marine can't even get there. Ah, is he gonna get the tank? Whoa! Mines coming out just in time, and he's oh, he really wanted that tank. He really wanted that tank, and he could have gotten it. I think it might have been even worth it for him to just right-click that tank with one of his Dragoons, and it might have died to mines, but it probably would have taken out the tank. So look at that. Hiya completes the bunker, but then doesn't even get anything in it, and the bunker dies. He's not even able to use that bunker at all. So it's almost unfortunate that the bunker did manage to complete in a way. Anyway, so he actually went for mines instead of siege mode. Oftentimes players will go for a wall and they'll get a bunker, and then they'll go for siege mode to kind of hold things back while they get their expansion. But he actually went for mines instead. He's repaired that tank up, so it's alive and kicking now. And I think he's gotten an extra. Yeah, he's got a 2nd tank out as well. Probably siege mode researching right now. Could be speed, but probably siege mode. And I believe I saw Hiya put up a command center in the bottom there. He's going to try and float it over there. In the meantime, yeah, Violet just kind of doing his thing. He's got his expansion up. He just put up a lot of pressure with just, you know, a couple gateways worth of units. Just a few Dragoons and a Zealot. Now he's up to 4 whole Dragoons, and he's putting out tons of pressure with just very few units here. So that's kind of interesting. Barracks is floating over. Uh-oh, no, it's a pylon! Get back, Barracks, get back! I'm not sure why he decided to float back that barracks just because of the pylon. Maybe he's afraid Dragoons coming up and assaulting that. He wanted to float it across the map, and that's a Stargate! Whoa! We got a Stargate out for Violet. Very interesting. Probably, I guess he's going to be going for 2 base carriers is the thing here. He's got it sort of pseudo hidden. But, I mean, he doesn't have anywhere near, he doesn't have a Citadel yet, so he's not going to be going for Templar tech to get Arbiters. So it's probably going to be 2 base carriers. And yeah, usually what they'll do is they'll put down 1 Stargate, and then when that warps in, they'll put down the Fleet Beacon and the 2nd Stargate. So the Fleet Beacon and the 2nd Stargate come in about the same time, and you can produce 2 carriers off that. It's probably what he's going to do here. But Hiya is, might not have anything of it. He's actually pushing out. And Violet is checking really early, really fast off of not much of an advantage. I mean, he put some pressure on there and he killed like a few Marines, but I don't know if he really has enough to hold this off. He's teching right now. He spent a lot of money on Stargate and the Fleet Beacon that aren't extra, you know, Dragoons. He doesn't have a shuttle right now, I don't think. And yeah, there's siege mode completing. He's gonna have to fall back here. Oh, that Dragoon glitched itself out a little bit, and the AI made it pay for itself. Anyway, look at this. So Hiya's planting down a bunch of mines and then killing them. He doesn't want to get Zealot bombed, I guess. He must know there's observers overhead, and he could run up with those. Well, yeah. So anyway, he's just slowly sieging forward, ever so slightly. I don't think we've seen a shuttle out yet. I might be wrong about that, but definitely has the observers. Now he's producing 1 carrier. He decided to knock over the 2nd Stargate, and he went for another gateway instead. I like that move because, I mean, Hiya is really putting on some crazy pressure here. He's putting on a lot of pressure, and it looks like he's loaded some Zealots up in that shuttle. He might go for a Zealot bomb. There's a couple mines nearby, and look at this, Hiya killing his own mines to get them out of the way. I kind of like that move, but look at this. Violet says, alright, well, if you're going to kill the mines, I'm just going to go straight in then, since there's nothing stopping me. Going straight for the tanks. He kills 1 tank. Can he get close enough? Oh, the mines are going to kill off a lot of Dragoons if they hit. No, only, whoa, if that mine, okay, that mine doesn't go off, so he only loses, well, actually, he lost a lot of Dragoons there over the course of that battle. Only lost a couple to mines, but 2 tanks survive. Kills off most of the vultures, though, and Hiya says, alright, well, I'm just going to lay down a few more mines to stall and get out of dodge, because that push did not work. And that's really smart by Hiya, actually, because then he's not, then he kind of, oftentimes you'll see Terrans really commit to that push and really try to make it work, make it happen, regardless if it is not working. And sometimes it does work, but oftentimes it doesn't, and then you're just left with no army, and then your opponent can counterattack. So Hiya's going to get out with a couple tanks instead and just do vulture harass. Oh! Ooh, did he see the... I don't know if he saw the Fleet Beacon. Oh, I don't know if he saw the Fleet Beacon there. I don't... I'm not sure. The Korean commentators are trying to figure that out as well. I think he might have seen it, and this is the strangest drop I've ever seen. 2 Dragoons coming out in a shuttle. And he's killed off the SCV building the armory. So I think maybe he does know that the carriers are coming. He might have comsatted or something like that to see what was going on. I think I just heard the comsat. I'm not sure, but anyway, he might know that the carriers are coming, and he was building the armory, and the Dragoons actually dropping out to destroy the armory. Wait, he just built a third factory and canceled it, and he's building barracks. Whoa! Hiya's deciding, instead of going for Goliaths to hold off the carriers, they're going for mass barracks, and this could actually be really, really good. This could be a really, really smart strategy. He hasn't committed that much to mech yet. He's only got the 2 factories, so you might as well go for bio instead because it's such an early switch to carriers. And this could work out perfectly for him. This could work out really well. Marines are actually better against carriers than basically anything else. They have such high damage output when they're stimmed that they can take out interceptors very, very quickly. Things without really quick damage output, they hit the interceptors, but the interceptors go back in and heal. So you need so the Marines can put out enough damage quick enough that they actually kill the interceptors very quickly as soon as they target them while they're walking overhead. And is Violet going to see it? He's got his observer in there. I don't know if the observer can see those barracks. Anyway. But this is actually a really good move, and the reason you don't go bio against Protoss is because of Reavers own bio, and Templar own bio. But because he's gone for carrier tech, Violet has neither of those. Violet has neither, and he's got a bunch of medics out first. I actually like that move. Get the medics out first so they can build up energy so that you've got more energy on them for healing later on. Comsets again just to see what's going on. There's the Citadel, so he is going to try and switch into Templar Tech probably. Maybe get some Arbiters, I guess, or something like that, but Templar Tech would be smarter, I suppose, at this point. And another barracks going up. This is just crazy. And so Stim Marines are really super good against the units that Violet has. They're good against Zealots. They're good against Dragoons. They're really good against Dragoons, especially when you have tanks to back them up. So he is actually going to be able to do pretty well here. He's coming in with the carriers and some Dragoons, trying to put on some pressure while he has a little bit of an advantage before he can work up enough anti-air. But never mind. That's a squad of Marines, and that's all you need against 2 carriers. Basically, that is more than enough. The Goliaths added in there. I like that because then the Goliaths have the range, so it keeps the carriers a little bit on their toes. If the carriers get too close, the Goliaths can actually target the carriers themselves. And oops, sorry about that. It looks like it's going to be the end of part 1 here pretty soon. Anyway, so the Goliaths can actually target the carriers. Here comes the Marines. They're stimming. Look at this, destroying interceptors left and right. The Goliaths going to work as well. The tanks are going to siege up and force the Dragoons back. Wow, this is really, really cool. And Hiya's going to make a push across the map with this unit composition. This is really hardcore. Sieges up. Oh, the Dragoons are a little bit too close though, but they're battling the Marines. And the Dragoons go down. He's not targeting that well. He's just staying within range of the tanks without targeting the tanks, and the Dragoons have to fall back. The carrier's falling back as well under threat here, and